Hello everyone, I am back with a much needed year of usage update. So this is going to be kind of my October update. So for those of you that are not familiar with the year of usage project, this is where you pick a product or a series of products that you want to use a certain number of times, and that certain number of times corresponds with the year. So for example, this year it's 2025, so the goal is to use those products 25 times each. So I picked the Sydney Grace Tiny Marvels palette. I have been diligently working on this palette to use each shade 25 times, and I have recently hit some goals on some additional eyeshadows. So I had completed 3 that I had hit my 25 usage goals on, and I currently, since my last update, I have hit my usage goals on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new eyeshadows. So that's really exciting as we get closer to the end, because I would prefer not to have to roll that many of these over to next year. That way I can add another palette next year. So anyways, let's go with what it is looking like now, and then we will talk about the eyeshadows that I have hit my usage goal on, and then we will talk about focus shades for the next month or so. So Tiny Marvels, this is what it is looking like now. It is looking well loved, more so than it did at the beginning of the year. This was looking pretty new in my collection. I had used it maybe a couple times before this year, and I've just really hit the ground running with this palette. I do really love it. I just never pulled it out for some reason. So I have enjoyed kind of using it a little bit more. So I just want to go over kind of the shades that I have completed. So previously, shades I had completed were Web, which is this top one right here, Mantis, which is that green one, and then Love Bug, which is at the end of this middle row. What I have added since is Flutterby. I have used that 25 times. Obviously no dip or anything. That one is a really packed shade, but I have used it 25 times. Fire Butts, which is here at the top. This is a beautiful like greenish gold shade, and I have used that 25 times. Actually, let me confirm Fire Butts how many times I've used it. So yeah, Fire Butts 25 times. Tree Hopper, which is this kind of brown crease color shade right here. I have used that 25 times. Walking Stick, which is this other one typically I use in conjunction with that Tree Hopper shade. This one has more of a greenish tinge to it. That one I have used 25 times. And then Death Moth, which is this bottom one. I typically use all those 3 shades together, those the 3 browns together. This one I've also used, I believe, 25 times. So that has been pretty exciting to kind of get those 5 shades out of the way. Obviously, it doesn't look like I have a whole lot of progress. Definitely no pans, but I do have quite a few dips on here, so that is pretty exciting. So focuses for the next month or so will be, so Jewel Bee, which is, where are you, Jewel Bee? So Jewel Bee is this purple one right here. This one actually has 21 uses, so I'm going to try and hit that 25 goals this month. And then the rest of them are actually pretty low. But Bugaboo, this red one right here, is at 17, so I'm going to try and get that one. So Jewel Bee, Bugaboo, and then the other one that I'm going to try and get is Marvel, which I am at 19. So hopefully those 3 I can roll out in November, and then we'll see what is left over. The rest of them are pretty low usage, so I don't know that I'll get any others rolled out, but if I can get those rolled out in the month of November, that will leave me in a good position for getting some good usage in December and then having just a few roll on over to next year. But so far, I'm really enjoying this project. It's super fun to get a lot of use of your palettes and just hitting those goals. And it's kind of low pressure because you don't necessarily have to hit pan, it's just usage. So you can kind of pick what you want, and then there's no pressure that if you don't hit that goal, you can just pick it up next year, add one more use to that, and keep it moving. So I'm definitely enjoying this palette for sure. And I will keep on working on this. Let me know if you're doing this project and what you are currently working on. And I will see you next month for hopefully some more shades rolling out. Thanks. Bye.